Hi guys, I'm the Dutch Movie Guy, and today I'm reviewing Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 16, Legacy of Mandalore. I put up a video earlier today saying that I couldn't do videos because my computer broke down, but here's the thing, I can do videos on my phone. I was able to watch the episode on my phone through some app, some site, whatever. It's probably illegal and probably I shouldn't have done that, but here's the thing. When it comes to Star Wars and Rebels, I just do every single thing possible to see the episode ASAP because I love Rebels too that much. So I had to see this, especially after the 4 week break that we had. So yeah, here it is, my review on this episode. Now, you might have noticed that this review is not as usual because no intro, there will be no outro, there will be no edits. I have to do this one just by myself talking for X amount of time, and that may mean that you hear some background noise, you hear me or see me fuck up my speech, just be silent for a while, looking all different directions, just because I have to do this in one go. I can't do anything about this video. So here it is. So, Legacy of Mandalore, Sabine's arc continues. We saw last time the Trials of the Darksaber. She was learning how to work with that, and in the end, of course, she was like, okay, now I have to lead my people, or at least someone has to lead her people. She has to face her family. She has to do something about that. And in this episode, she does. She goes to, I don't know what planet exactly. It wasn't Mandalore. It was the snow planet that I believe we saw already in the Clone Wars at one point, also with Mandalorians. And I'm really blanking if there were tie-ins between the Clone Wars things that we saw with this planet and with the Mandalorians in this episode. But the thing is that Sabine goes back, she faces her family, she faces Gar Saxon, and shit goes down. Really, this is a great episode to continue that arc that we started in Trials of the Darksaber. I already said that Trials of the Darksaber was an amazing episode, loved it, and this was the same. This was a very satisfying conclusion to that arc for me because it was, in ways, how I predicted it to go, but it was also like, besides the fact that I predicted it, I also wanted it to go like that, because the alternative I didn't really like. Like, if Sabine at the end would not have stayed with her family and would have gone to the Ghost Crew, these episodes would have been pretty meaningless, I think. If Sabine had died, also, episodes pretty meaningless, and that would have been a real big bummer, and I really don't want Sabine to die. The fact that she does stay behind, that's a good step for the show. That's not really ending the episode on a high note. And I was like, damn, this is good. I got once again teary-eyed. Both of these episodes got me teary-eyed. And that's great, because usually, like, the only episodes that I got tears were episodes like Twilight of the Apprentice, really extremely good episodes, or Hera-centric episodes, because my favorite character. Speaking of Hera, there was no Hera. That may be one of the only points that I consider negative about this episode. Other than that, this was a really good episode. But what I especially liked about both of these episodes, both Trials of the Darksaber and Legacy of Mandalore, is the character depth of Sabine. Sabine is a really cool character, I've said that before, that so far has not gotten this much depth. And these episodes really give her a whole lot of depth. Good backstory that I really like. We learn who her mother is and her brother, and we learn that her father apparently is on Mandalore. That's going to do something in the future. I don't know what. We'll find out. But it's really good. It's really good stuff. They really make Sabine a cool character and a good character with good backstory and depth, and that I really loved about these episodes. Really good moments, just when she talks with her mother on the balcony outside the palace. That was a really good scene. Also, the first time she meets her brother is a really good scene, I think. and that's just them talking, just good dialogue, good voice acting. That really is a strong suit of this episode. But besides that, you also got a whole lot of cool action. There was really cool action in this episode. Of course, when the episode starts and they're in the Phantom and they're being hunted by the Mandalorians, that already starts off pretty cool. Then later on, when Gar Saxon then enters the palace and she has to fight Saxon at the very end. Sabine versus Saxon, that was a really, really, really cool fight, and I loved that, and it was great in every way. And I was really happy how that ended. Luckily, Saxon just dies. They don't keep him alive, at least. Like, I understand that Sabine didn't do it, and why her mom did, and just Saxon is dead, and it should be like that. And I'm very curious now to where that story with Mandalore goes. In terms of negatives, look, this was a great episode, so my negatives are really minor. As I said, not a whole lot of Hera. That's just me. Then another negative, another just, it's been bugging me for a while. But as someone who knows of the significance of Mandalore, and I'm not talking about the planet, I'm talking about the leader. In Legends, there is this leader and of the Mandalorians who is called Mandalore. The leader of the Mandalorians is called Mandalore. The planet is called Mandalore. Might be a little confusing, but still, I don't care. Because in Legends, they made it work, and I want them to make it work in this one as well, because I just want them to call the leader of the Mandalorians Mandalore, just to finally have that canon again. Can we please just get that canon again? I want that so badly. It's just needed. Please, let that happen. So, other than that, I don't think I have a whole lot of complaints. Really, really, really great episode. So, yeah, really that's all I have to say about this episode. Now, about next week's episode, I already said a while ago that we have a title for that. It's Through Imperial Eyes, and it's probably going to focus around Kallus, Agent Kallus, and I think they are going to extract him from the Empire, like the rebels are on a mission to save him from the Empire and get him to the rebellion. Now, may he die? I don't know. May happen. Both Kallus and Zeb may happen. I doubt it though, especially because this episode ended on a little bit of a low, like Sabine left the crew, and now if you would have next week also Kallus crap out and perhaps even Zeb, that would be, kind of a big gut punch. Big gut punches, multiple in such a short amount of time, and for Kid Show, I don't think that's very likely, but we'll see. We'll see next week. But besides that one, we didn't know the rest of the episodes' names up until now. Now we know the episode after Through Imperial Eyes' Secret Cargo, which will involve the rebels extracting a valuable target for the rebellion. If you saw the mid-season trailer, you know that it's probably going to be Mon Mothma, which I'm really looking forward to. More tie-ins to the rebels and how Hera is tied into the big rebellion and whatnot. I'm really excited for that episode. Then we have Double Agent Droid, which is a Chopper and AB5 centric episode. That it might not be filler, but whether it's filler or not, I don't think I'll like that episode too much. Those kind of episodes are, like last season we saw The Forgotten Droid, which was arguably one of the worst episodes of that season. It did tie into a whole lot. Like, they found the rebel base they're on now in that episode. So, if you get such a thing, yeah, then I really do think that it will tie into to the overall plot, but it still is not that great of an episode. But we'll see. Hope I'm wrong. Then the last two are the big ones, of course. And I wasn't really expecting them to go this route. I was expecting them to have the entire double episode finale with Obi-Wan and Maul, but the penultimate episode is called Twin Sons. I mean, that has to be Obi-Wan and Maul. I cannot imagine anything else. I'm so looking forward to that episode. Obi-Wan versus Maul Part 2, which now has a lot more depth with characters that I care a lot more about than in The Phantom Menace, so I hope it's great. I hope they really do it justice, and I really hope they don't over-choreograph the lightsaber fighting. And then Zero Hour, and Zero Hour is very likely to be Thrawn attacking the rebel base. Thrawn finally figures out where the rebels are, and then attacking the rebel base, and they have to escape, and then they might just end up on a different kind of planet called Dantooine. My bad, not Tatooine, Dantooine. I don't know. We'll see, but it seems like all of the next couple of episodes are really good except for one. So that really excites me. That really has me like, oh my god, this is going to be the best season of Rebels so far, if it continues in this direction. So really, that's all I have to say about this episode and about the next couple upcoming episodes. Now I wonder, what do you think of it? Did you like this episode? Did you love this episode? Or did you have issues with this episode? And what do you think about the episodes coming up? Do you think I'm wrong about the AP5 and Chopper episode? Or do you agree, like, yeah, that's not going to be the best episode so far? Anyway, please, whatever you think, let me know in the comments below. And, not as always, you can click right here. Because you can click right here because I don't have my outro. So it's just, guys, this was my review. I'll see you next week for the next Rebels episode. Goodbye.